Getting stuck is easy. Getting unstuck is not so easy, unless you know how. Whether it's personally or professionally, the steps to change are exactly the same. There's a clear-cut formula to living the life you want and deserve. Are you ready to make a change? It's easier than you think. Go to thehabitformulabook.com and get yourself a free copy. Remember, you don't even have to read it. Just do the exercises at the end of each chapter. If you want me to hold your hand, upgrade your order to the premium course. These principles are the same steps I took to work 25% less and make 30% more. If you seriously want to change something in your life, thehabitformulabook.com will show you how. And get yourself a free copy! Or upgrade to the premium course for even better and faster results. And get unstuck today. thehabitformulabook.com.
Hey folks, you know what time it is. It's lunchtime with the Habit Master. Hi, I'm your host, Dr. Stephanie Aldrich, and I help people get better results both professionally and personally by tweaking their daily routines. When they do that, they usually can get faster and better results than they ever thought was possible. What we're going to talk about today is, of course, it's Mommy Mondays, so Mommy Monday habits. And before we get started, I wanted to thank a couple people that got a free copy of my book this past weekend. It's John Morrison, Natalie Booker, Jenna Matthews, Tim O'Connor, Carly Bailey, and Liz Moore. So they grabbed a free copy of my book called The Habit Formula. And of course, you can grab your copy if you go to thehabitformulabook.com. And if you upgrade to one of the premium courses, I'll also send you a Habits Rule I'm in Control bracelet, and also one of my little booklets called The 7 Laws of the Universe. If you realize what the laws are, it's just like the gravity laws, right? Okay? Just different laws of the universe. If you realize what they are, you can use them to get anything you want. So I'll send those out to you if you upgrade today. So go to thehabitformulabook.com and grab your copy. So today we're talking about back to school. And as a mom, there's always things that you have to get ready before your kids go back to school, right? So we're going to talk about some of them so that you can start thinking in the next week or two, hey, these are things that take priority, and we got to get to the store, and we got to do this, and we got to do that, right? So we're going to start planning our to-do list so that our kids can get back to school, can get back into the swing of things, and we're not completely stressed out with everything else that we have to do. Work and family activities, get the house clean, all the stuff that we do as moms every single day. Plus we have to go to work. Plus we have to do all the activities after we get back from work. It helps us to organize our day. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So the first thing that I actually just did this past weekend was go through old clothes. So your kids are growing, right? And we're going into a different season. So a lot of times, there's clothes stuffed either in the closet or in a drawer of one of their dressers, and they're too small. They don't fit. They've got stains on them. They've got big gashes and holes in them. Now's the time to go through things because it's time to buy new school clothes, right? So the best thing to do is go through all of these old clothes and make sure that things are fitting. So have your kids try stuff on and make sure there's no visible stains that you can't get out, spots, markers, rips, tears, whatever that makes these clothes not good anymore. You can throw them out or you can donate them. So grab some garbage bags, give them to your kids and say, go. What I did this weekend was I told my son, grab a garbage bag and go through, pull out everything from each drawer and pull everything off of each of the hangers in the closet and go through stuff. And that's what he did. And then I said, anything that doesn't fit or, worn out, whatever, has tears or whatever, or something that just doesn't fit or you don't like anymore, put them in this bag over here. And guess what? We donated it. The guys came up from AmVets today and picked them up. So I didn't even have to do anything. I just stuck them out the door with the little tag. I emailed them and said, hey, come pick them up. So you could do the same thing. So just start to think, hey, it's back to school. What do we have to do? Start getting rid of the clutter, right? Number 2 is very important, and that's school supplies. Now, some schools you can actually buy the whole kit of all the supplies that they need ahead of time. Or if you're like me, I enjoy going to the Office Depots and the Staples of the world, and I also like to get a good bargain, right? So I watch my Sunday paper and I go out, I take my little list of school supplies that the school provides for me, and I go to it and get busy, right? So now's the time to make sure that your kids have all the school supplies that they need for the rest of the year. Sharpen the pencils, get the glue sticks and all the cases. You need a brand new book bag because the one from last year is probably falling apart by now. You also need new school lunches. Boxes. So make sure that you can get school boxes and new thermoses so that your kid has fresh stuff to take to school and they can start beating them up, right? Number 3, obviously it's time for new shoes and new clothes. You have to think, getting a little bit of a bigger size. They might be moving up into, the next phase of sizes. My kid's on the last size for youth shoes, and then he's going to be starting to get into more smaller adult male shoes. So we just went this past weekend and got him a couple pair of shoes, and they're different styles and they'll go with everything. They're comfortable, they've got room for him to grow in, and that's what we did. So think about not only shoes but also maybe a light fall jacket, and also, clothes that they can start wearing. Usually the first semester of the school year, they can wear, lighter stuff. So it's still warm here, and they can wear the t-shirts and the shorts and that. So you can buy them a little bit of that, but also buy them some jeans and, things to start getting them into the fall wear. Number 4, you have to start planning for the fall activities. So, if your kid plays fall baseball or football or volleyball or anything like that, track, you need to start putting some money away so that when it's time to get the equipment, to get the new soccer ball, the new shoes, all the gear and equipment that they need, that you have the money for it. So start saving, put, an extra $50 to $100 away so that when it's time to sign them up for their fall activities in the next month or so, that they're ready to rock and roll, okay? And also to start practicing. So thinking about carpooling and arranging your schedule for other activities. Maybe they do a sport, that the practices are certain days of the week, and then they also take a dance lesson or taekwondo or something that's not involved directly with the school. You need to start arranging things. Carpooling, what is your schedule like? Maybe you have evening appointments with clients or customers. You have to start thinking, okay, we got to start balancing things out, right? So that's something to start thinking about. Of course, haircuts. Now with boys, my son, his hair grows so fast, so I told my husband he wanted to take him like last week. I said, heck no, we don't start till the 21st, right? So I said he wants that new hair, that fresh cut for the first day of school. I'm like, you got to go this weekend. because we start next Wednesday. So, think about haircuts, think about for girls, maybe new makeup. It's always good to change, the lip gloss and anything on the eyes or the skin so that, the bacterial count doesn't get too yucky and they start breaking out with things. So that's something to think about too. Number 6, start organizing the carpools and rearranging your schedule so that any of the practices coming up, the later activities, whatever, that you have time and you've got it all scheduled out, because you're the mom. You are going to be stressed out. Things are going to be happening and, everybody's going to be signing up for different things and it's a new class. Maybe they're moving up from elementary to middle school, or maybe from middle school to high school. So things are going to be crazy. So it's a good thing to, get yourself organized, get your planner going, get your activity calendar going so that you know what the heck's going on, right? Number 7, start putting the kids to bed earlier and getting them up a little earlier. Sometimes during the summer, sometimes we tend to let them stay up a little later, get up a little later, whatever. Depends on if we're still on work schedule or what. But it's a good thing to start getting them used to whatever schedule you're going to have in the next week or two, right? Some schools start this week, some start next week, some don't start till after Labor Day, but it's just still a good idea. It gives you a break as the mommy. You can have a little honey time. You watch a movie with your honey, get some chores done by yourself without anybody messing anything else up. Start putting them to bed a little earlier and getting them up at whatever time your normal school day starts. Number 8, start reading some books. Do some math questions. There's a lot of workbooks out there that you can order, that you can start. Have them start, writing little stories to you. Whatever it takes to get them back in that school mode. Have them start reading aloud to you. Maybe do a little book report, something that gives them a little bit of organization and clarity on their thought patterns. And that'll kind of get them back into the swing of things. I know at first, my son and I, we were reading books, we were going to the library all the time, and then July came, he went to grandma's house for a week, and it's like we never got back into the swing of things. So we took him to a concert. We saw, who do we see? We saw Hart and Joan Jett the other night, and on the way, we had a long walk from the parking lot to the concert venue, and along the way, he's like, "Mom, ask me some multiplication questions." And I'm like, okay. So we did problems like the whole way there, and it was fun, and you're thinking, what the heck? But it got him back in the swing of things. So that's something that you have to start thinking about, is your kid's been off for the last few months. They need to start, grabbing their brain power and opening up that creativity and those creative juices. Let them start flowing. Have them read, make up some questions for them, book reports, whatever. The last quarter of the year, now we're off of the kids. Now we're starting to focus on you as a mommy and individual. It's going to be the last quarter of the year, right? What are your goals for the rest of the year? You should set financial goals, set goals on, what your plan is for the rest of the year as far as any kind of trips that are involved, holidays, anything that's coming up. You have Halloween, you have Labor Day, you've got Thanksgiving, you've got Christmas or Hanukkah or whatever holiday you celebrate, but those are coming up all in the last quarter. So you have to start having financial goals. If you're going on any trips, how are the activities going to fit into that? Do you have any conferences coming up for work? Any kind of travel for work? You have to think of big projects that are going to be done by the end of the year so that you can get everything on your calendar and be as organized as possible. Because when you're organized, it just makes everything go faster and better and easier, right? So start thinking about that. What are your goals in the next 120 days? Write them down, start thinking about them, get a concrete plan, and go to it. The last thing I wanted to remind you about is your little holiday fund, right? So today's the day, whatever money you're setting aside for the holidays. So I do the $60 a week. So I've got $120 here, okay? So we've got, it'll be 16 weeks left before Thanksgiving, and then you can shop the Black Friday holiday deals. But get your envelope out and start saving for Christmas. Another thing you can do is think about all of those activities. Halloween coming up. I need new tires. The next time I go in for my oil check, my guy said, hey, you're going to need new tires, right? I already started an envelope that says tires on it, and I'm putting I think $40 a week into that. Start thinking about the things that the expenses that you're going to have for the rest of the year, and start setting aside money for that. You need time, money, and effort, right? So start making your plan for the rest of the year for all of that. And that includes money, that includes time. That's where the schedule comes in. That's where the activity schedule, the chore chart, all of that stuff comes into play. But the money issue also has to start having some type of plan. When you do that, it's so much easier, and especially when you get to the holidays or you have something come up like a trip, or all of a sudden they want to play football and you have to get all the equipment and gear ready for them. That's always an expense. So start planning it now. Put a little money away for different expenses that may come up in the future, in the next 120 days. And once you start planning that and you get used to putting a little money aside, when that opportunity comes up to spend it, because it always will come up, then it's not such a big deal, okay? So like I said, I've got the Christmas fund. I've already got a tire fund going for my tires. I'm sure I'm going to need brakes soon too. Just start setting aside a little bit of money, so when it does get time for the holidays, or for your kids baptism or communion or something, that you have the money and it's not such a big deal. So that's it for me today. I want to thank everybody for watching. Again, I'm Dr. Stephanie Aldrich, the Habit Master. Remember that if you want to improve the results that you're getting both professionally and personally, go ahead and grab a free copy of my book at thehabitformulabook.com. Again, thehabitformulabook.com. We also have a YouTube channel. Go and subscribe to it. I've got a ton of videos. I just shot 4 videos today and I need to edit them, but there's a bunch of new videos up. There's new commercials. There's all kinds of interesting mindset, plan, and action steps that can help make your 2019 the best year ever. If you're a podcast person, we have, I upload these Lunchtime with the Habit Master shows to iTunes and Spotify. So if you can't watch this on Facebook or YouTube, you can also go to iTunes or Spotify and get the feed. So look for Stephanie Aldrich Lunchtime with the Habit Master, and it comes right up, and then you can download all the episodes. So that's it for me today. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and let's build good habits together.